All righty, let's go live on Insta. Go live, they say. Okay, Insta looks like it's live. Big John will be here shortly. What's up, fellas? How's everyone doing, man?
I'm under the weather right now. Heavy.
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, I'm good.
How the puppies, bro?
Hey, real good, man. I just gave them their shots not too long ago. They're eating again right now. So they're fully weaned off mom as of a week now. So they've been eating good, of course. No problems at all. Getting big, all that good stuff, starting to get their little attitudes going. So everything's positive though. They're good. I'm good. They're learning to potty train themselves now. So, I got the well box set up so they can know, where to use the bathroom. They're learning quick. So, but other than that, they're good, man. Really good.
What's going on with you, Bradley?
Just working, taking care of this pup. This boy's growing fast. He eats. Shoot, he was eating good, and I got to looking at him. Man, I don't think he's eating enough, so I had to up it just a little bit, and he's still taking it down. So he likes to eat, no doubt. This joker's thick. God, he's thick. Big bone. He's going to be nice.
Different, right? The head.
Yep, it is. Yep.
You got that crocodile head, bro. For sure.
Oh, we got sweet pup, super smart.
Yeah,
yeah, he is. He really is. He picks up quick. Does very well.
Man, I got the
very high energy. I got the 2 Frenchies, and he'll play those dogs till they can't play no more. Good. You can definitely tell. So the girl is 9, and then I got a male that's a year and a half.
Okay, good deal. What's up, fellas? Bernard, good evening. Oh, man, Mr. Dogo himself. Old school Nick, Elijah. Insta family, what's going on? Jerome, Bullylicious Mommy. Oh, that's a name.
That's a name that I'm not reading.
Stanley Griffin. A_Aaron. Ron. From the Key Field. What's up, Ron? Oh my goodness.
What's going on?
Oh, what did you hey Bradley, what did you finally name him?
Huh?
What did you name the pup?
Peanut butter, right? No, we named it Chama.
Shama? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Shama.
Yes, sir.
You guys watch UFC at all?
Yeah, my son does. I'm a little bit. He's bringing me around, but he knows all of them. So when I mentioned that, his face lit up, and it was on at that point.
Shama, that's a good name. He's Brazilian. Alex Pereira is a champ. That's a hell of a name, man. So yeah, man, we got a hot one tonight, man. I'm tonight's topic. We're continuing off of your topic from last week, which I felt, we covered what we could. However, it was somewhat unresolved. It's such a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
And so tonight, the theme of tonight is the Brazilian invasion, because trust me, they are coming. And especially now with them having their own lane, it kind of stops all the banter, right? So prior to the shift of them becoming Brazilian bulls, the debate was always, should they be? Why shouldn't they? You know what I mean? All that other good stuff. So that was a period of time. But now that they are their own category and cannot be mixed with, American, or at least the new ones coming now, cannot be mixed with the American blood. Now that should silence a lot of the chitter chatter of people that are against them. You know what I mean? So for whatever that small amount of 3.5 years that we had that window of infusion, now that's gone. They're coming in now. They're coming in hot. There's a lot of people investing in these dogs, 100%, and you're going to see a lot of them coming up. And in terms of show presence. Might be a few years until we really start seeing a lot of them come up the show. The productions really had to prove themselves. But yeah, let's kind of open the conversation right there. Um, how do you feel about the Brazilian invasion coming?
I love it.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead, go ahead. I just wanted to put my 2 cents.
I was gonna say, like, for me, as I told the story before, like, I didn't know anything about the Brazilian dogs until I was drawn to Earl's page before we even met. So I was interested from the jump just because the body style was different, and to me, I always say they look like the muscle built dogs that like just walked out the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like seeing that type of bully and being introduced to that. Like I'm into it for sure. How I feel about the invasion is I know in the beginning it's going to be a whole lot of, like, it has, as it already has been, a whole lot of hype. I just pray that the people that do get these dogs, especially breeders and so-called dog people, I hope they do right by them for sure. Because as it is, they're already starting out as a hype. I don't want it just to be a hype that ends up hurting the dogs in the long run. So at the end of the day, it might be the hot thing that's popping right now, and I'm excited for it. But what I'm not excited for is that type of dog getting in the wrong hands. So that's my 2 cents.
Okay. Anyone else care to chime in on that? Nobody, huh?
No, definitely excited. Just the different look, the different stature. There's a lot of same, but there's a lot of different also, right? So I think the new lane will, like you said, will help. I think it's like any new hot commodity in any industry, right? It's gonna take off like wildfire, and as we always say, you gotta know who you're leaning into and know who you're doing business with, or buying or purchasing, or But from what I know about them, it's going to be exciting, and I'm anxious to see, like you said, what happens over the next few years and how it affects the shows as well. Does it the influx, right? The immediate over the next year or two, because I think, like you said, we're just scratching the surface. But as you can see, that surface has been scratched pretty hard already, and you got several out there that's already had a couple litters, and several more that's in process of. So just excited to see what the future holds there.
Absolutely. John?
What was came on late, so.
No, I was just saying, with the invasion of the Brazilian bulls, that's our theme tonight. Really, it's the movement of the Brazilian bulls now having their own lane. So the purist in the American bully lane excels. The purists can now let it go because they're in their own lane now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was saying is, with a lot of people really getting behind the movement now, how do you feel about the invasion that we're about to see come over?
Oh, I love it. I will say what Mark said is kind of, not kind of, but it's true to this. We're gonna see a lot of money flapping around.
Tell me this.
A lot of moves being made.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that people have that preservation in mind of the dogs, because they did do a good thing with their foundation and how they bred to a standard, and it's consistent. So now with the influx of transports coming in and people making moves, the staying power is going to be what it is. We'll see in 3 or 4 years, 5 years, if we're going to get to first, second, third, fourth generations over here in America, and it's not just people making moves for a quick dollar, so to speak, and that'll essentially hurt the Brazilian bulls. That I think that would. So I hope people would take that in mind. Also, like you said, the purists on the American side, shut up.
Yeah.
They got their own. Be quiet. They got their own lane now. Do what you're supposed to do.
There you go.
They're quote unquote out of the way.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that satisfies the purists in terms of the American XL community, who felt some kind of way and had reservations against the infusion of the Brazilian bulls, or back then it was the pit monsters, right? So first and foremost, you guys know where I stand. I like the Brazilian bulls. I stand behind them. We will be having some pretty cool announcements this year. However, for now, we're keeping it tight-lipped. Just know that we support the dogs. And, if I imported Fortuna back when it was frowned upon to the U.S. for breeding purposes, what more now that they have their own lane? Now, I'm going to go out and say that the Brazilian dogs have been bred a certain way, and I do like their look. And they're roughly 10 or 15 years younger than us in breeding. And I would say this, man, just the same way I would say an American XL lane. I like the Brazilian dogs, but there's certain bloodlines I really, really like. I like the breed overall, right? However, there's some bloodlines that I probably wouldn't incorporate into my yard. It's no different than the American dogs.
Right.
I like the American XL bullies. That's my lane. However, some of them I gotta like from a distance, and because I can't incorporate that into my yard. It's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm trying to do. It's not what we're trying to do as a camp. So, you know what I mean? It's to say that we support the Brazilian dogs. They're in our bloodlines, absolutely, 100%. That's part of who Sumo is. Now, to say that I like every single one and I rock with every one, that's a fallacy. You know what I mean? No, that's not the case either. And the same is true with American. I love the American dogs as well, but I don't rock with every single one either. And so, you know what I mean? To each his own. And as a breeder, having a breeder mentality, I know what I'm trying to create. And therefore, not all the prices I'm going to put in there and mix it up. I'm only going to use what I want to use, the ingredients I want to use. But I would like to congratulate the Brazilian people and breeders for finally getting the recognition that they deserve. Because they're breeders as well, with or without the U.S. market. Those dogs were there. They created them. So much so that it attracted our eyes. So much so that we started importing here. And so there's certain key people that's part of this movement that I do respect their body of work. And we don't always agree on every single point. But, for example, Araya Sambacals, I got to give her due because she's one of these people that really brought them to the front of things. Of course, TMK, Lonzo over there, shout out. And again, this is not a cult, man. We don't have to agree on everything. I don't have to like everything you do or every production you have. However, I am going to recognize the fact that you brought these amazing dogs to our attention, right? You played a role of why these dogs are here now. And I myself was influenced and motivated and inspired and wowed by these dogs, so much so that I got a dog early on to bring here. And I'm going to continue to do so. So again, in Sumo fashion, man, we don't step down on nobody. We're going to give you your just due for the part that you played. We're going to play our part as well. Whether you like it or not, whether you salute us or not, we're here to play our part. Make no mistake about it. We are hyper competitive. And we got love for everybody as a breeder, you know what I mean, in the breeding community and as a competitor. And that's how I feel about it. And so the Brazilian infusions, man, dude, if you are not paying attention to especially Instagram, they're coming. They are coming.
Man, they coming.
That is open about what we're doing. Guess what? We are coming, my friend. Promise you that. I promise you that, man. So in that regard, I don't want to, say too much until we're there because, I'm kind of a superstitious kind of guy. Just know that we believe in that blood and we're here to play, and we're certainly not going to watch everyone go by. That's not who we are. Never has been. So in terms of the invasion, man, what's crazy to me, and right, I don't know how any of you guys feel about this, but it's crazy that you got an import dog selling for more money than the dogs that have been bred here for 30, 35 years.
That'll tell you a lot right there.
So for people saying that it's a fad or feel that it's a fad, okay, well, that fad was 300. That fad was 100 something. That fad was 200 something thousand. That fad is all these imports coming in. So do I feel it's a fad? No. And I don't know how everyone's going to navigate with what they have or what they acquire, but I know how we're going to do it here at Sumo Bully Kennels. We're going to put our sauce on it, on what they built over the last 15 to 20 years. And as a fan of their work, I'm not going to bastardize their work, sort of say. You know what I mean? I'm not going to disrespect their work. I'm going to pay homage to them and respect their work and the bloodlines that I like. However, I'm going to put my twist on it, just like you guys will, just like this team will. And it's just such a different thing, man. I can't wait for you and Ish to come up here next week.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? I wish Fortuna was still here. We got Kiko here, but you can really see the difference in these dogs. Or at least the bloodlines that I like. The thin skin, tight skin, muscle expression, all these things here. So I wish Fortuna was still here, but unfortunately, you can see it in her puppies, though.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't got to tell me. I'm with the Brazil. I'm all the way. And I'm with it. I mean, like I said before to you guys, if you ain't hopping in right now, don't hop in when it's too late, because it's gonna be moving too fast by then. You're not gonna be able to jump in. So this is the time right now to jump in, and this is it. We see it. Instagram is the proof. You see it about 4 to 5 times a day now for the last 2 weeks. If that ain't the proof right there, and like John said, and now all the American breeders, I'm one of them. Now you got your own lane to focus on, and you don't have nothing to talk about now. Make sure your American blood is right.
All right.
Leave the Brazilian lane in their own lane, and you do what you got to do, and we gonna do what we got to do. But us as Sumo, we doing both lanes, so we gotta respect both lanes. And I'm hopping in right now before it's too late.
No, that's perfect, and we do have kind of like the offshoot to that is that we are going to have our pure Brazilian lines. We're going to have our pure American lines. And then what I've been doing prior to all the new movements is mixing hybrids, 50-50s on both sides, 75-25s on both sides.
Yes, sir.
And that body of work will show up 3, 4, 5 years later as they mature, as they have offspring. You're going to really see, unfortunately, there is no shortcut to this thing. And your proof has to be laid out in a longer plan. You can't fast forward, first gen, second gen, third gen, and taking them back and seeing which way you want to go. And there's just no way around that. The time just has to take its course. But we are going to keep a Brazilian bull line, pure Brazilian bull, registered as Brazilian bull. Because I feel that as a breed, it's actually pretty exciting to have them here in the U.S. as their own category.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it really is.
You know, it's and they look incredible. And I'd like to, some infusion, a little bit, a little bit touches of color and whatnot, because that is the knock on them, is that there's old school traditional Brazilian bulls are single coat dogs, right? Chocolates and reds.
Yeah.
And at one point, there were the colors, but nowadays, ever since the lilac and the merles, it changed the whole game up.
Oh man. Well, let me ask you guys, right? And then you guys can just kind of sound out for you like what do you like or not like about them? Let's start with what you like.
I like their front structure. I like how they're boned up. I like how they have so much definition and muscle plus the bone. I love the masseters on the head. I love the side ones, the apple cheeks. They show everything. I can't stress it enough, guys. They show everything that I want my American blood to show. And yeah, we got a lot of years in front of them, but they showed progression that it keeps up, and kind of, to me, at some aspects, it looks better. So that's what I like. I like how whatever they're throwing out is a consistent. That's the main thing. What they look like is what they throw.
Gotcha. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I'll jump onto that. I agree with what Ish said. I mean, just the total package, the head, the masseters, the muscle tone, it's more profound. I mean, when you see them, I mean, you just can't deny it. You're like, wow, like straight up, wow. And what I don't like, the lack of color. That's not a biggie. I do wish it was a little more color in there. And then the low hanging fruit is the eyes. That's just low hanging fruit, but that's really all. That's really it.
You just look at them sideways, John.
Yeah, I look at them on the side, or keep the lights dim.
Keep the lights dim.
That's about it, and we'll see how that goes. As far as when we step in here and see see what's what, see if anything changes when we start to put our own little, add our little spike to it, so to speak. But that's about it, man. I really don't have a whole lot of negative, not negative to say about them at all. And I think Mark touched on that too. It's just the infusions that you were doing that kind of attracted me back to the XLs, honestly. So yeah, man, I'm here for. I can't wait till things get to popping off over here at Sumo. So that's how I feel about it.
Marky Bradley.
I think we named a lot of it, right? Just to me, the head, the look, the structure, the muscle, the definition of the front and the back, the consistency, right? And I think TMK said it on here is due to the line breeding, right? That's they're very particular about how they go about it, and so that's the reason that they do throw so consistent. The eyes, that's one thing. It kind of grows on you, right? To me, anyway, it's one of those when you first see it, it's like, well, but the more you see them, it's like anything else. It starts, it starts growing, especially when you got the total package, with the jaws and the good wide head. The energy level and the drive, man, it's something different too, right? Just I think the way that the Brazilians did it, with the working background and everything else, they're strong dogs, very, very, good energy. Just my opinion, lots to like. The tight skin, my opinion, is one of the, you named it, you said it, but that's one of the big things to me. I like the tighter skin a little more than the droopy hanging skin. That's just personal preference for myself, but yeah, just my opinion. There's a lot to like there.
Gotcha.
I'll say just like I said before, the body is crazy. The face is just different. When I first saw that, I was like, yeah, people gonna think that's ugly, but I like it because it's different. You know what I mean? So for me, like it's like it's the best of both worlds. Like I still want to have, my American, blood, but I also want to have that bodybuilding looking, Brazilian. So I can have the best of both worlds. I was like, why not have it all? If you're gonna do right by it. So, I'm definitely interested in just the different style of dog. You know what I'm saying? I've never had or owned a Brazilian dog before. So it's gonna be definitely a great experience, great learning experience.
All right. Well, I'll chime in, guys. For me, not repeating what everybody said, because a lot of those attributes I do like. The biggest thing that I notice of having 100%, 50-50s, 100% Americans, the functionality of the dog in terms of heat tolerance, exercise, the ability to go on super long walks, which I love doing. Less, I haven't had one with skin issues. Better rear angulation. Just a more hardy, more functional dog is the way I can describe it. My Brazilians and half Brazilians have given naturals with no problem. Not that I don't schedule a C-section or nothing else just because I'm paranoid, but they haven't done it for me. They've come early and I come home and there's a full litter on the ground. All cleaned up, umbilical cords chewed off, embryonic sacs eaten. The puppy looked like it's been cleaned and blow dried by mom. And so I do love the functionality of that dog because that's a dog that's meant to survive in the wild, right? So if you just let these dogs loose, they'll multiply and they'll make it versus a dog that's 100% C-section, with all these health issues and allergies and, don't bring flowers near this. You can't do that. And, you got to just walk on eggshells around a dog how would this thing survive if not for us, right? And so I think that rawness of bringing back that animalistic raw side of nature is a factor that's not discussed. That's something I love about them. Is that, yeah, they can tie, they can give natural birth. Haven't had one with skin issues, heat, little hot spots or allergies to anything. These girls tear everything up, no issues at all. And can be out in the sun and can walk for an hour and, very durable in the winter even. And so with that said, just as a dog owner, that spells good for me. Less issues, less spending money, less doctor visits and all these things. I mean, however they were bred down there, whether that's because of the economic conditions or because of the mindsets of they don't baby them so much down there the way we do here in the U.S., we're guilty of that. And I think that still, man, that rawness of the dog, when you see the dog, it looks almost medieval. The muscularity, the expression, the functionality, the drive, the movement, it almost looks medieval. And then it's hardy. I never had one really get sick on me. And so I love those things about the dog because that's what it should be, right? It should be at some point, survival of the fittest. Because we do so much nonsense with breeding designer dogs that are non-functional, to be honest. And people pay big bucks for them. So hey, I'm not hating. However, it takes me back to what I'm used to, that on a farm, working class. Dogs that are just meant to survive. And that's probably, outside of course, they're beautiful, the muscle expression, all these things we like. The other part is I don't have to walk on eggshells and treat this thing like like a newborn baby, and I can't. Oh no, it's too much sun. My dog's gonna get hot. You know.
Yeah. I would like to address TMK brought up something that I'm very familiar with from the lane I used to be in. He said they select them, brother. If the mom don't whelp her kids, they won't breed her again. Absolutely. Get her out of here. If she does pet home, goodbye. If she will not whelp puppies, I can't do nothing with that.
Yeah.
You're just sitting around holding on to a dog because hey man,
It's a liability.
that's part of being a dog. It's a dog.
Yep.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to, you gotta whelp.
It's 100.
That's a female. That's a brood female. She gotta be able to whelp the pups. Period.
Yeah.
That's a passable trait too.
Yes, it
that,
is.
That temperament, and just like temperament is passable, the same thing. Dogs that do not whelp, maybe the first time mom is not the best, but if a second time, typically the first time it takes them. I've had dogs that took 4 or 5 days to really take to her pups. But the Brazilian
Especially
dogs,
with a C-section. Especially with a C-section.
Yep, you better hit them with that oxytocin.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, though, all my girls, like at some point, were like, "Okay, these are mine. They're mine now." I haven't had one that just laid up and crushed their litter and walked away like it wasn't,
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I would say this from my own personal experience that the Brazilian dogs are much better at whelping than the American dogs.
Mm.
Like I have American dogs that will not eat that poo,
Wow.
the puppy poo.
Mm-hmm.
Or I got Brazilians and half Brazilians that were like, for 4 weeks, you don't even know these puppies are pooing.
100%.
And so, again, that could be just my experience. It could be a 1-off or 2-off or a 3-off, whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's like, man, my champ whelpers, Fortuna, her champion at whelping. For pop them out like nothing and then whelp like nothing, man. It's something different, man. Again, it goes back to that functionality. So I'm glad Zoe brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would be a thing. Here, we probably wouldn't do that. We'd probably keep breeding her and just walk for her, right?
Yeah, people. Not the kid, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What do we got here? Checking in on some comments.
Really
Queen, the American and Brazilian Bulls will be decided in the ring for the overall best in show titles. Yeah, if you can get past the pockets.
Yeah.
I like everything about them except for the female breast. That's all. Andrew, that could be, and even American dogs, like even, generally speaking, American dogs have more harmonious face. But I've seen American girls that are just ugly, shouldn't be. So it goes on both sides. It's just we're used to a more polished look with a tricolor, because of the different fusions here in the U.S. So it is a thing, my friends. If you're all right over there, man.
Yeah, man. I'm just a little bit under the weather. That's all. But yeah, I'm soaking everything up. But I have no negative to say about the Brazilian dogs. Not one thing. So everything is positive on this side.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, though, right? Regardless of how we feel, and this is going to go out to the Insta fam and the YouTube fam and our crew, of course, it's still undeniable the industry and economics that they put behind it. Right? How is it that we ourselves here haven't, in our lane at least, in the XL lane at least, right?
Yeah.
And we're so against it, but we haven't sold a dog for $300K. I know I haven't. And if you have sold a dog for $300K, man, comment in the channel. Maybe I should be watching.
It's not. That's only in the Frenchie in the pocket world, in the micro world. That's it.
Yeah, man. But I mean, we haven't done that yet, and so that goes to show us as American breeders. Um, it should inspire us. It should challenge us to say, "Hey, we can produce a dog for 10K, 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K, whatever K." But they've done it to a level higher than even we've done it here, and we are the majority of the market, to be honest. And so that kind of an eye opener and a wake up call to us as American breeders. So like, hey man, how are these guys beating us? And they what they got came from here, and they're selling dogs for X amount of money. Is that we gotten soft, comfortable, and lazy? Is that what it is? What's your opinion?
I
Well, we just
Collective and standards, right? I think it goes back to the roots. As we kind of just touched on here, we've kind of babied them some. We went for more standard looks, right? Instead of that drive, that functionality. And if the dog didn't work, if the dog didn't do what it's supposed to do, if the dog wasn't able to hold up to the elements, they didn't continue breeding them, right? They caught them. To where I don't think that was consistently done here. And I think over time, you start seeing how critical that is to the breed itself. It's just,
I agree with that, but I agree with everything he said. But also, the main thing is, to me, the reason why we're not there is because they put is a too much hype, no breed. So they made it half the time of our breeding time because they bring in the breed. They're not bringing hype. Americans, I hate to say it because I am American, we hype it up too much. We hype it up way too much, and then when it's time to show proof, where's the action at? Where's the action? And this is why I stress about Team Sumo. We're bringing breed type. We're not talking about hype. But in this category, that's the reason why. It's too much hype and it's not enough breed type to be shown to get those numbers. Once you start showing the breed type more consistently, because that's the key, consistently, then we deserve those numbers.
Okay. Well, here's what I would say. Would you guys say that what they bred there and sold there is head and shoulders above of what we have here? And not to be hating, but they sold their dogs for 200K, 300K, whatever, 100K, right? Is their dog so much better than ours that they can ask for those kind of prices?
I mean, and the only way I could say it like this, like I said, and I just said it, and they hyped it up, but they proved it. That's the problem. They hyped it up, but everything they hyped up, they backed it up. So saying that is, yeah, I mean, it's a lot of their dogs are consistent. It's consistent. And that's what matters.
Okay, Zoe says he doesn't believe that their dogs are that much better because of marketing that went into the breed. I somewhat agree with that. I 100% marketing is a big key factor. Branding and marketing is a big key factor into the value of any commodity. Right? So I would say this. If everyone has said their piece about my question, unless somebody wants to chime in from the team.
No, I'm good.
I wouldn't say that they have great dogs. I wouldn't say they're 10x head and shoulders above what we have here in the US. What I would say is that as a culture, they have a better culture than us. Because what do we do here? If I sell a dog, the other breeder down the street, either whatever, sells for less and it trashes my dog. There's a lot of that crab mentality in this breeding industry, especially in the bully community, where in Brazil, I'm sure it exists. However, there's less of it, but you see them work with each other more. And as I'm doing my research with them, they do work with each other more and trade bloods and, mix and match brood stock and stuff like that. Where here, you know, if I'm a breeder and one guy decides to have a litter and sell puppies, all of a sudden he's my competition. He's this. Oh, he's trash. He's never produced a dog before. He doesn't know what he's doing. There's that crab bucket mentality that we have here that has really, instead of bringing the breed up and bringing the commerce up and the money up in our industry, we spend all our time crapping on each other. And that's what we're not going to do here. That's why our channel is different. So whoever's in this chat, I Spy, you can run tell that, because we're not here to trash anybody else. We're here to focus on what we're doing, right? And if I want to work with other camps. We don't have everything we need right here. However, I'm only going to work with the people who have the same alignment as me. And so if you're part of the old system of doing things and the hating, the trash talk and the gossiping, right? Then you're not for me. I don't care how good your dog is. Because I'll repeat it like I've repeated it in many lives, man. If you're a dude that comes between two men and two men argue because of something you said about another man, well, you are not a man. You are the opposite of what that is. Because it's unnatural for two men to argue about another man. It just doesn't exist, right? So with that said, I believe part of that, right? You didn't see nobody in Brazil discrediting the big sales of these dogs, right? That you didn't hear nobody in Brazil saying, "Oh, well, that dog is outcrossed. That's infused with this. That's infused with that." No, they celebrated in the win of their own people. Whether they liked the dog or not, whether they agreed with how he was bred or not, whether they thought he was the perfect dog or not, it didn't matter. The one of theirs won, and they celebrated it, and they triumphed in it. And because if one dog gets up, guess what? Everyone behind him gets up a little bit too. And that's what sucks about our link is we just can't, you know what I mean? We just can't celebrate somebody's win. We have to talk something negative about it. Oh, yeah, he just did that because of this. It is always that crab mentality that keeps that person's kennel down, but also makes us look bad overall to consumers, right? You go to 5 different breeders, I bet you all 4 of them say something bad about one or the other. Oh, who else are you looking at? Yeah, I'm looking at these dogs from here. Oh, that dog trash. As a person who sells dogs, right? And I have receipts, but I'm not going to call out no names. There's people who have bought dogs from me that bought dogs from other camps that asked for my opinion. And I said, listen, first and foremost, I don't know what they're doing there. It's not even fair for you to ask me what my opinion is on their dog. But 2, let me see what you're looking at. Oh, that's a good dog. That's a good breeding. And I can call people out and put them on the live. And they will tell you, and there's text messages of me saying, hey, yeah, that's a good dog, man. Because that's just I'm not in the business to talk crap about someone's productions or someone's kennel or what they do. I'm only worried about what I'm doing, right? And what we are doing as a team. And so the noise, man, I don't listen to it. And that's why there are people that say things about our camp. But that's none of my business. It'll only matter to me once you start paying the bills on this side of the world. Start picking up these feeding fees. Start paying for my raw. Then my feelings might get hurt if you turn your back on me. But you know what I mean? It's just a thing, man. And again, it's oftentimes the people who do the least amount of work that had the most to say. It's always like that, right? The guy, Marky, the guy that never played football on Monday they should have done this. Bro, have you ever even played? No. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's like if you haven't done it before, you really ain't got no say for real. And that goes that goes on multiple avenues when it comes to the dog stuff. So, but that's a good analogy though, Earl. You're right. Some people be talking like, oh, he should have broke down and made that tackle, and dude never made a tackle in his life. Never been in the field before in his life, bro.
My
So
man
you know what I'm saying?
in the winter.
Yeah.
You know, he's talking about how he should have made that tackle. Man, look. It's like I used to watch the UFC fights at bars with friends when I was younger, and I just couldn't. And we just started watching them at home because to listen to the rhetoric on the side of a guy that's never fought, never been knocked out or got his asshole before, talk about what another man should be doing, it's cute. I grew up in combat sports, man. I teach martial arts. I'm a lifelong martial artist. I'm not saying I'm not tough. I'm not saying I can beat everybody. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying I have knowledge and experience. And so, I can read what's happening like a book versus if you've never read Braille, you're trying to figure out what's happening, just commenting on what you saw. It's a different thing, man. It really is. And so that's kind of like what's happening here. I see a lot of movement, a lot of these people importing dogs. Good. I like that. I need competition. Healthy competition is always invited. Congratulations to you for making the investment and having the brass to do it. Because a lot of people talk, you know what I mean, and won't do nothing about it. Somebody will trash talk you and then go run and buy the cheapest kibble at the store. You see why I don't care about what people say? Some dude will tell me like, oh, Earl this, Earl that, I'll Sumo this. And then, bro, let me pull up let me see how you keep your dog. Let me pet your dog, see what my hand smells like. Let me see how much shit is in your yard if you actually have dogs. Let me see your kennels. Let me see what you feed your dogs. Because I get delivered 600-700 pounds of raw every month. So while you're yapping away, while your opinion doesn't matter to me, because it's minuscule, my friend, get on my level and we could talk about it. Otherwise, miss me with it. I don't care. You know what I mean? You go buy that. Remember that episode we did with the cheap dog foods? I'm just saying, you go buy your bag of that.
Old Roy, son. Old Roy.
You go get you a bag of Old Roy and stuff it down your throat, bro, because nobody cares what you're talking about. You're talking nonsense, right? You got the audacity to talk about me or any other camp out here besides yourself. You know what I mean? Over there feeding that Old Roy to yourself and your dog. The Old Roy, they just, man, look. You should name your camp Old Roy. Old Roy XL Kettles. There's a lot of them out there, bro. Don't let them fool you. I can tell by the smell of the shit of your dog what you're feeding that dog, man. And once you switch over, you'll know the difference right away, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyhow, back to the invasion. The invasion is coming this year. And it's great. And guess what? The purists, now you don't have nothing to complain about, right? They're in their own little spot. You can move on with life. You know what I mean? You and Old Roy can move on with your life. You know what I mean? And get off the rag machine. That's what we're going to start calling y'all Old Roys. If there's any Old Roys in here, run tell that. You know what I mean? Run tell that to whoever your daddy is that you want to go tell, oh, Sumo said this. Sumo said that. Well, go run tell that, Old Roy. Old Roy, Elroy. But no, I'm excited for this movement. I know you haters. I just had to give you a little bit of lip service so that it keeps your heart moving because I love you and I know, and you're a big fan of mine. You don't know it yet. So I just want to give you your time so don't make it feel like I'm not neglecting you for hating. The more you hate, the more I appreciate. Keep running your mouth. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thanks for the plug. But yeah, man, it's exciting of what's coming over here. And I'm not going to talk about what other people are doing. I just see what's going on, and it's great. I wish, here's the thing. I wish people would have done the same thing when I was doing it early on. Because I felt like I was by myself, like, man, I'm the only one here. Because you kind of feel like the idiot in the room, right? If you're the only one doing it, everyone's just like, oh, bro, that's a bad look. That's a bad idea. You know what I mean? And you're the only one that does it. It's you got to be braver when you're the only one doing it, right? But when everyone is doing it, yeah, of course, there's safety in numbers, man. Obviously, there's some movement because other people are doing it. But when you're the first one to do it, man, that's tough. That's a tough outing, bro. The first one to stand up. You know, you're either right or you're wrong. Thankfully for me, I was right. But I could have been wrong, right? It could have been totally sideways for me. And seriously, you know what I mean? So, however, it did work out for me. You know, I fortunately enough, I wasn't the only one that saw something cool, right? And I was like, okay, no, I rock with it. So, you know, am I missing something, John? What's going on? You're over there smirking.
Look at Instagram.
Oh, Insta. Oh, man, get me caught up. Tell me what's happening, John.
This is about Poppy's Kennels, man. I think he said he want to come on here. And let me scroll. He's talking about a few things. He's talking about hot-blooded. You can tell hot-blooded dogs through embark and let's see. I mean, he got a lot to say, bro. He wanted to talk about the males that were sold. What else?
I know. The thing is that they did their job because we're all talking about it. I'll tell you that. But
you want to talk about the hype, I guess.
No, I mean, there's always going to be that, right? Hype is hype until it's proven. The fact that dog sold for 300 bands, that you can't say hype no more. The first time he sold for 180, okay.
Yeah.
But then he sold for 300. Now you're like, okay. You know what I mean? You kind of got to give that salute because I ain't never sold a dog for. I'll tell you what, man. When I sell a dog for 180, you guys would be the first to know. So until I do, I can't hate on it, bro. I can't say it's hype or not. Shit, I haven't done it. You know? And so therefore, all I can do is like, hey, man, kudos to you. Respect for you to showing me what's possible. Right? Prior to all these, us and everybody else and all these camps that came before us, who would have ever paid $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 for a non-functional dog? Think about what I just said, right? A non-functional dog, meaning if I bought a $20K dog, that's like a Belgian Malinois, that's a protection animal. You know what I mean? That's a very specific thing. But people are paying 5, 10, 15, 20, whatever, 100, 300K for a dog that you might can tell him to sit and he might sit down or not. How, man, what kind of world do we, I'm just saying, no, realistically. Right? And so in being fair about the topic and saying hype, okay, I come from a farm. I come from a functional working class dog. You'll pay 10 grand for a perimeter dog, a messenger dog, a functional dog, right? That's been already trained up. You're not getting a puppy. You're getting like a 1.5-year-old dog that's already ready to go. You know what I mean? Like you say that magic word and that dog's going to do whatever it needs to do, right? And so, what it just gives you insight on the world we live in, that we're in a place now that people are paying these amounts of prices for these dogs. Even those Frenchies, right? What Frenchie's going to do? What, bite your ankle maybe? But they're $4 or $5 grand easily. How much are your Frenchies, Bradley?
Right at it, $5 and $6 grand.
You got him.
Yeah, they ain't cheap for sure.
So now they got the fluffy ones now, right?
Yeah, you pay big bucks for those for sure.
Yeah, co-worker of mine, she just bought one. Fluffy Frenchie.
Some of them 10 plus. Really?
So that's what I'm saying, right? We're paying, my cousin has a Frenchie. He has the most non-functional dogs, right? I love him to death, but none of his dogs do anything. And he pays the most for his dogs and loves them. So I respect the fact that he loves them. I respect the fact that he buys them. He's got too many dogs and none of them do anything other than bicker with each other. Respect. No, seriously, respect though.
Yeah.
And so if that's the case, right? It's still like it just goes to show what's possible because obviously 1, 2, 3 generation of breeders that came before us were doing this, right? Meanwhile, there's breeders today that are struggling to sell a litter for 2, 3K a pup. And so, you can say hype, you can say a lot of things. What I would say is I have to salute good work when it's done. And again, it's what you pay for something of value to you is the value is only in the eyes of the buyer. Right? For me, I wouldn't buy a 150K car because I'm not a car guy. Somebody else would be like, fun for 50K all day on the car. That's just not me. I wouldn't pay, for example, right? I paid $200 for some working shoes, but I wouldn't pay over $100 for some gym shoes. Like I wouldn't buy no pair of Jordans, me personally, but I'll pay $200 for working shoes, especially when I work construction, right? Because that's what I put on every day. I get the Jordan thing is it's a fashion statement. I guess I was just never fashionable. So again, all that to say that neither buying the Jordans or the functional shoe is right or wrong. It's in the eyes of the person spending the money.
Yeah.
Because we can sit here and say the Jordan shoes are hype. My man been retired for 75 years.
Since say both my kids got closets full of them.
Can't even call it hype. That's not hype. That's what it is.
That's right.
You know what I mean? At that point, so that's when you want, and you said it earlier. When we're talking hype fizzles out. When you go from 180 to 320 or whatever, I can't call it hype. Not that particular situation because the people who purchase the dogs, I mean, they stand behind what they purchasing. They making moves. They doing productions, and sooner or later, we're gonna see.
Well, here, let me interrupt you real quick though.
Yeah.
Staying on topic, right? So I'll say this, right, for everybody, in this chat or just generally speaking now. Okay, would you like to be the person that sold that dog for $300K?
Of course.
Yeah.
Find me one person that says they wouldn't wish they were the person that sold the dog for $300K, right? In our industry, no, you want to be that guy, right? And so when I see something like that, I know it's possible now. So now I got something to shoot for.
Right.
Right? Whether that's 1 generation, 2 generations, 3 generations, that's my goal. I want to sell a dog for, something absurd. Right?
Why not?
Why not? And then everybody can then be like, man, Sumo did it, right? Or Sumo didn't. But that's why I can't be mad at, what happens out here and what dogs are sold for and what we say is hype versus not hype. I can't call it that, man. I'm just going to respect people's work. And if they can do it, it's a testament to what we all can do. And so that's what I mean by that crab bucket mentality is that, that dog sold for whatever, 10K, that dog wasn't worth 2,000. Okay, cool. Now, if you're the kind of guy that's been selling dogs for 10 and 20K, you could say that. You see what I'm saying? Where it's different depending on who it's coming from. So if you've been selling dogs for 20K and you say a dog's not worth 20K, respect to you. You have the eye for it. Mm-hmm. I ain't sold a dog for 300K, so I'm not even qualified to speak on it. And I think 99% of the people in this chat, if not 100, haven't sold a dog for 300K. So, you know what I mean? It's easy for us to have an opinion on what people are doing if we've never done it. Right? Just like, man, bro, I don't care if you know how to box, bro. Once I come at you, bro, what? What are you talking about? If you ain't never boxed, you don't know what you're in for. Right? It's different. It's different when you have a skill set that you put in 10, 15, 20 years into, and you understand what's happening versus somebody who doesn't even train and tell you what they can do, right?
Yeah.
That's like telling Marky, I've seen Marky run. I can run that route. Okay, cool. How many times have you ran that route? Never.
Right.
Okay, but you're going to run that route. I bet you won't, right? So it's it's funny, but it's not funny. But we are funny as a people
That's
because
what we
we're
do.
quick to talk about something we've never done and watch somebody else do. You see what you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
I do.
and so that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, why don't we not be that way, right? Is it in our culture? Is it the way, a lot of especially in the dog breeding, it's the culture that we grew up in. You jump into this game, that's your indoctrination to it. And guess what? Like it or not, you taking those values and you move them forward with you. Because that's how you got treated or mistreated when you walked in. And so you're just keeping status quo now. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense at all.
No, you're good.
But you know what I mean? And that's kind of what we're trying to get away from. That's why our platform is different. You know what I mean? If somebody came in here right now and said, hey, such and such said something about you, all right, none of my business. Time to call me. Why are you running and telling me what another man said? Let that man come and tell me himself. And if he can't and won't, well, then it shouldn't bother me. Right? If we're keeping it a buck. Or we can keep 95 cents if you like. But yeah, man. Shoot, I'd like to sell a dog for $300K.
Likewise.
Right? Wouldn't that be cool?
That's. I mean, that you'll be dumb if you say you don't. I mean, that's the goal, is to generate revenues that high, even if it's just the whole litter. I'll be happy as. I'm not a greedy person, so I'll be happy if I ever made that by selling the whole litter, And then he made it by doing it with one dog. Shit, I applaud him for that. He's doing.
Yeah, no, he hit, bro. He hit big time. Good for him.
Doing his job, So if you say you're hating on that because you made a fraction of what he made on one dog.
Well, that's really what you're saying when you do hate on it, right? Because when somebody wins, you're either hating or you're congratulating.
Yeah.
Right. And since the person is not related to you, not within your camp, and you got something negative to say about that, again, it's I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Hype or not. Is he the perfect dog? Depends on whose eyes. And there are certain dogs that I take preference to. I like Tractor. You already know that. That's apparent. I like Mandibula. You know what I mean? That's why I bought one of his daughters. They're just certain dogs that I do like, man. Like when I first saw Klaus, right? That was a dog that really changed my perspective on what an XL should be. It's just certain dogs that really, really, really like drive in, man. And there's so many cool dogs coming up right now, man.
Yeah,
there really is, man.
Yeah,
and I'm so happy to see it. We need more better dogs, and we need better people as well.
Yeah.
And we need something good to talk about, man.
There's a lot of females coming out here that I like. That they're just gonna bring the type, and it's exciting to see what they can produce, and I want to see it, and I'm excited of what we're gonna produce and what we're gonna bring out, and so yeah, man, this Brazilian lane, to me, I think it's going to be a good one. It's going to be exciting. You got to remember, anything that's new is always exciting. It's just.
Well, let me tell you something, guys, man. For you guys on this chat, man, we see things different from a different lens over here. There's a dog here, the chocolate tri named Akaza. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah, for real.
There's a Fortuna front here that's very young. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, a lot of people had opinions about Akaza when he first was walking around, but those opinions and shifted a lot. I'll just say that.
Yeah, well, You know, then there's a 3/4 Brazilian on John's yard. That's a lilac color, tri lilac. That is, man, considering he's in his lanky stage, it's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then there's 2 bad girls going home next week. We got a special episode for you on Sumo Bully Kennels. I got Bama coming up here and Ish. We're going to chop it up, man, and talk dog and hang out with the dogs. It's going to be great, man. Hey, are you still driving up here, Bradley?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, cool. But yeah, man, I'm excited, man. Shoot, Ish got the cleanest Maki daughter over there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hella's man. Woo wee.
All breed type, no height.
Yeah, man, look, you seen her mama at that age.
Yes, sir. I have.
You seen her at that age with those feet, man. That's why I'm excited for you.
Yes,
It's
sir.
just different, bro. It's just different, especially like, man, wait till you see these 2 girls. I couldn't even pick between the 2 right now. I couldn't, because one of them looks like Shake. The other one, the darker one, without the white down the nose, looks just like Shake now.
She does. She does.
Oh my god, dude! Wait till I do an update. She's like super wide, insane, man.
She does.
Now I'm looking at him like, oh, good luck with this. I'm staying out of it, brother. It is insanity, man. Okay, we got somebody. Shake Sambatello is so impressive. He's big, but you know, like I hold my reservations till I see a dog. Because when Shake came here, I went to see him 3 times. I flew to Texas to go see Shake 3 times. Klaus, same thing. Tractor. Sometimes the first time you see a dog, you're so wowed that you got to see him again. Because when you take away that excitement and wow factor, then you could just sit there and observe the dog. Sometimes we build up a dog in our mind so much that when we actually see the dog, we get overtaken by that moment and excitement. I'll be honest, I wasn't impressed with Shake until the 3rd time I saw him. Because I was so, again, I'm biased. I was so focused on Tractor. So much so that I used him twice, right? You probably use him again, to be honest with you. I don't need a lot of studs. I need to produce the dogs I want off the studs I like. You don't have to sit there and use 10, 20, 15, 30 studs. Work around the 2, 3, 4 studs you like and work that blood. There's a nugget. If you've been here for an hour, there's a nugget right there.
Yep.
How many
Yep.
use their kids? Use their kid or their kids. It's not how many studs you use up front on your program that makes your program.
My bad.
I heard the call.
My bad.
Oh, we on a what?
I thought I was
Oh, my
watching.
water bottle.
I gotta match your energy, bro. Hold on.
Hey.
No, let me get some shots out, man. Shots out to Hector out here, Chris, Poppy's Kennels, Tennessee, man. Love you showing up and having your comments. Law, always appreciate you, Law. You know,
Who is Tennessee? I love his energy.
right?
Yeah.
My man is man, dude. I love it.
it.
Love it. I love it. No, but that's what it is. We talk dog, you know, smoke. Okay, on the YouTube side, Smokewell Bullies, Doberman Club, yes, sir. Pastor Son, Charles, of course, Charles. We already know Mr. Music. Let's see here. I just want to say hi to some people here. Take a moment to give thanks to everyone joining our show. Andrew, Tennessee's on both sides. Old school Nick, always appreciate old school Nick. Love me some old school Nick. I'm glad you found the channel, Bernard.
Nick, always showing love.
Right?
Always.
Appreciate the love, guys, man. Definitely. You know, we would do this with or without an audience, is the truth. Because
Yes,
we
sir.
do it every day anyway when we call each other.
Yes. Yes.
We get us so excited about these dogs. Marky's an empty nester right now, looking all sad. Look at him.
Yo, I miss my damn dog. I don't even want to fucking. I'm not even lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so checked out ever since he left, bro. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, that's right. This is it, man. This is part of it, bro.
I know. That's why when I told you I dropped him off.
Poppy wants to smoke though. That's why I like that energy too. Poppy wants to smoke.
Oh, Poppy, Chris is all about that smoke, brother. That's what it's about. I love it, man. Good old competition. Like I said, man.
Yeah,
no laydowns, bro.
Supposed to be.
No give-me's, no laydowns, bro. And I promise you, even as much as we love each other in this camp, when it comes to the show, we'll be competing against each other 100%. No doubts about that. You know, and it's not a I hate you thing. It's this is what we're built for, competition, man. Let the best man win. You know, I'll congratulate you afterwards. I'll be pissed in the ring if I lose to you. But I'm gonna shake your hand and I'll congratulate you afterwards. You know, I'm a gentleman that lost and I'm a sort of winner too. John, you over there dialed in, bro. What's going on with you, John?
You know, they talking about my topic in here.
He engaging. He's doing his job.
John. Why y'all, man? Y'all go, my man John, man. Y'all got him going.
Yeah, we know you in the ring, Poppy. But one of them is a half sumo dog. Don't play.
Well, there you go.
Don't play. You already know.
Old school. We stack anywhere. I feel that. I'm with the stacking. We can stack, and man, look, I'll make something to eat. Let's hang out. Let's stack dogs and talk dogs, and that's what we do. Let's keep it competitive. Let's keep it friendly.
No, they keeping it friendly. They talking about stacking the dogs off live.
Yeah, that's probably they talking about meeting up. Somebody said, let's meet at the park and stack.
And I love that. That's what made me engage even more. I was like, that's how you do it.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. The Brazilian wave has finally come. I want to salute the Brazilian breeders. They finally got their recognition. On this side of the world, of course, we represent that. And I can't wait to go down there for their nationals. Anybody interested in coming down to Brazil in August? IBC?
I'm with that. Yeah, I'm not allowed.
Not allowed.
I'm with that shit.
Okay, Marky Mark. How about you, Bradley?
Definitely interested for sure.
Okay. Ish?
I'm not allowed. I'm going to be honest right now.
You're allowed, bro. You'll be fine. You're with the boys. The boys will take care of you.
Yeah, that's a no-go, Charlie.
Oh, my God. John?
What's that? What happened? I was engaged.
I'm like, bro, where are you, man? We're talking about trying to make it out to Brazil in August.
Huh?
We're talking about trying to make it to Brazil in August for the IBC show.
Oh, yeah, wife coming.
Well, you know my wife is coming, so. My wife is coming. You know, Mama Sumo she's gonna be the one taking all the video and.
Gotta take my wife, bro. Not that nothing to go on, but I just, make sure she stay comfortable, because I was in my past, I was wild.
I'd never heard of such a thing. But my wife trusts me. I just know that I gotta sleep. So you know what I mean? Like that's you can't piss somebody off that's sleep right next to you, bro.
Yeah.
It's a bad idea. It's really a bad idea. You want to talk about getting caught with your pants down? Like that's the literal definition of getting caught with your pants down. F around and find out, they say.
Yeah, right? it'll be my luck. This is some strange picture gets taken. You know what I mean? No.
Hey man, you be like, babe, you was doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
I was talking to Mark.
We're baby oil. What? What's with all the baby oil? Like, bro, they call it no gi with baby oil, old school Brazilian jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean?
Right.
This for the poor folks that don't have a gi, that can't afford a gi. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Oh man, that's a good name, Smoke. Charles says, okay, one of y'all got to name a pup Smoke. Okay. You want all the smoke. Oh man. Anyhow, man. Oh, what else to say about these Brazilian dogs? And I'm excited for, I'm actually glad that people are doing what they're doing, but I'm more excited for what we're about to do. And again, I keep freaking teasing. You know what I mean? I'm that girl that doesn't put out. I'm just gonna keep talking about it. You know what I mean? But when it gets here, you're gonna know it's here. That's all I can say, because I guess it's still exciting for me. But when I first got Fortuna, that was the most exciting thing for me. That was just like crazy to have her. You know what I mean? And yeah, certain dogs on there we definitely love. Can't wait to use them in the program. And this is a monumental year for us, man. Because you got John building facility, you got Bradley building facility,
Yep.
you got Ish looking to relocate, you got Marky looking to relocate for a bigger land, and also once he gets that part built facility, I'm probably going to move in 2 years and get back on some acreage. But my son, with his situation, I got another year and a half at least. But man, it's a thing, man. It is a thing, and it's super, super exciting. So hopefully you guys in the chats, the YouTube family, the Insta family. Oh, shameless plug. As far as many of you guys you see on here, man, jump on the Sumo University, guys, on Mondays. You know what I mean? If you guys are breeders, new breeders, existing breeders that want to, take your game to the next level, we do the deep dive there. Here, this is dog talk, chopping it up about different topics. But in the classroom, we are classroom. We are serious about that classroom, and we go into detail. Any of you guys can share something about the classroom on Monday?
Very
informative. Yeah, it was very informative. It was. It taught me things that I had to actually focus on more, that I'm not actually good at. And I'm not gonna say, because you should have been there at the class technically. So, I mean,
yeah.
Oh, here, I'll ask the team. Okay, one at a time, Ish. What's your takeaway from Monday? Can you hear me? Okay. Did I lose you?
So I'll go ahead. My takeaway was slow down in the process, right? It requires proper planning, right? A lot of times we want it here, we want it now. It's just human nature. Sometimes that's not the best approach with things, and so slow down. Really invest in the front end from the starting point to the beginning, right? Especially if you're whatever lane you're in, or whichever direction you're wanting to go or continue on. I think slow down. Pay attention to the detail. Even the smallest of the details is very critical when you get in something like this, where there's just the market's so huge, and there's just so many dog folks out there, right? So the little things is what matters. That's kind of what I took away from it.
Yeah, I'll go like just the marketing part was very, very eye opening to me, from kennel name to just even I'm sorry, I kind of had a brain freeze. Your kennel name, line it up with your vision, being able to properly market your dogs, and just having a business mindset. Like going back to what Bradley said, take care of the important things first. A lot of us probably went out and bought dogs before we took a lot of the small things. We took care of a lot of the small things. So we got dogs, and now we're trying to do the little small things. I mean, I for one, you know what I'm saying? If I had to start all over again, I definitely would have got my facility first and got that built out. I would have put my electricity in there, water, all of those things. I would have did that before I got one single dog, bro. But hindsight being 2020, I mean, I keep it real, which I didn't do it that way. Thank God I'm blessed to be able to still do that, you know. But my advice to anyone: if invest in your facility, you know, your because properly managing and the maintenance of your dogs. I mean, that's part of everything. Like Earl said, we come to your yard. I pet your dog, rub my hands through his coat. I take a sniff test. Dog smell like boo boo, bro. What's going on?
Yeah. Technically,
what's going on?
bacteria. Yeah,
That tells me you're not properly taking care of your dog. Now you probably tried to grab some dog wipes real quick before I came. You know that wear off in 15 minutes.
That's that old Roy, baby.
So, you know, just things like that, man. I definitely learned a lot. It was an eye-opening experience for me. So yeah, I advise people to check it out, man. Really check it out. We had the people that we had on there were very engaging too. They asked some good questions, a lot of questions. So that was good too.
How about you, Marky? Quick takeaway from Monday.
I think the biggest takeaway is everything that Earl touched up on. To say it like, you know, briefly, is like just 12 P's. If y'all ever heard of 12 P's, prior proper preparation prevents piss poor performance. Like that right there sums up the entire, you know, session for real. The questions that were being asked had me thinking like the biggest thing that, you know, everybody should think about before getting into any type of business is like, you got to believe in what you are trying to achieve, because if you don't even believe in it, nobody else will. So to be honest, you got to believe in yourself, believe what you're pushing, and market yourself first along with your business, because the way you market yourself, the way you market your business is going to take you into the farthest of directions. You know what I mean? You gotta go all in. And you know, just to use the example of, you know, having different names and not having stuff coordinate, and like things are kind of out of control, you're not organized. You know, this, like, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta start somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? It's one step at a time. When you go for a walk, it's left foot, right foot. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just try to rush to get to that finish line, man. The process is the best part of everything. And I said it before, like building the system is better than reaching the goal. Because at the end of the day, there's only two ways reaching a goal can do. You can either fail or you can succeed. And those are the only two things. But when you have a good system, you can do your system a whole bunch of different ways. It's not only a two-way street. We sit here and we think about, oh yeah, once I get to, you know, 2 years, then my dog's gonna be great. Then that's when I'm gonna start taking it seriously. But what did you do in those 2 years to make sure that you will do nothing but succeed once that dog gets to 2 years is what matters the most. If your system isn't doing what it's supposed to do on a daily basis, your goal never mattered, and you'll never achieve that goal. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like when it comes to your business, you got to slow down. Ain't nothing wrong with a rebuild. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a pause. You know, even some of the best writers go through writer's block, and they got to take a week off to really get their mind right. Bodybuilders take a week off from the gym because they got to let their muscles heal. Like sometimes you just got to sit down and just be like, look, man, breathe. Because right now you're moving too fast. Like you trying to run without using your arms. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot run a business like that. You cannot, you know, be successful in this dog game like that. And if you are trying to do that in this dog game, you're half-assing it. You're not doing it the whole way. Because this dog game teaches you a lot more than just being a breeder, making money, all that other stuff. It teaches you, you know, how to be successful in all avenues of your life. It teaches you discipline. And if you ain't, and a lot of kennels and a lot of people, the way they treat these dogs is a reflection of their discipline as a human being. I can tell exactly what type of discipline you have, the way you run your camp or run your dogs or treat your dogs or whatever is going on. I can tell exactly who you are before we even sit down and have a conversation, just based on how your camp is looking. So I already know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and piggybacking off what you said, Rome wasn't built in a day. If you guys actually dig into Rome and the Roman Empire, three things I liked about Rome was the very good road builders, excellent plumbing, and they had a very good supply source. That's what kept their armies conquering, is they can get to where they needed to get to quick because of paved roads, meaning they can get their supply chains to their troops quick. And the plumbing part of sanitation was tremendous. And so I am a history buff. I like reading. I'm nerdy in that sense. I'd like to know, okay, well, aside from being brave, how were you able to conquer things and do things? And there's certain key points that they don't tell you that because it's not glamorous to tell you, well, they had good roads and their plumbing was good and the supply chain was good. They're not going to say that in the history book. They're going to say, well, Alexander the Great conquered this and he was the best and yada, 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 yada. But the reality is, how do you feed an army that big? You know what I mean? It's logistics. It's transportation. You know, the same way Amazon is not Amazon because they have the best product. They figured out how to deliver to you fast for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Amazon now is more of a warehouse and delivery than they are a product because they don't own their own product. They sell everyone else's.
Yeah.
But what do they do well? Logistics, just like the Roman Empire did, right?
Yeah.
They're able to take merchandise from one place to another and get it to you, even though that's not their merchandise.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm trying to say. So when you come to Sumo Bully Kennels University, these are the concepts that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Right? Success leaves clues. And our job is to study and learn. Not to like, oh, that's hype. Well, all those roads were hype. So was the supply chain, and so was the plumbing. Bullshit.
Read a book.
That's what I'm saying. That's what the university is about. That's really
and
what.
Marky said it too. And he mentioned the failures and successes too, right? And failures is a part of life, right? So failures is opportunity for growth and learning. But I think through other people's failures is where we limit those in numbers, right? And through the university, it will allow us and allow you guys to not have to go through those failures that sets you back years, thousands of dollars, right? Time is money. I know in the project management world, you know, it don't matter small, big, what the $100 million project or a $2,000 project, 70% of your time is spent on planning, right? The execution phase is a simple phase. Once you got the plan in place to deliver upon what you need to do, execution and sustaining there afterwards is just 20 to 30% of it. So the planning is where the work's done. And
Sir, what is your background?
I'm a project manager. So we do railroad work. So I do railroad switches for North America, all over states. I got several project managers that work under me. So but there again, I've worked my way from the bottom up, from building the track work to through the machine shop, through the supervision. Right, the last 25 years of my life have been spent in that industry, up into a project manager and a senior project manager. So, but that's project management 101 is 70-75% of your time is spent initially in the planning phase.
So I'm glad you said that, Bradley. And this is a guy who does this for a living, and he's not 17 years old. So that said,
Facts.
Building construction. I come from construction, 20 years in it, right? If you can't read a blueprint, you can't build what they want you to build.
No.
And so what Sumo Bully Breeders University is exactly that. A lot of times we're taken by our excitement and our passion for these dogs, and we start making moves without being prepared. Like John said, he bought dogs before he was ready. So you see what I'm saying? This is it, man. And the biggest part that we miss is the preparation part, the planning part. We'll go drop $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 on a dog and won't spend $100 to plan what we're doing. You know, especially if you've never done it before, you should really talk to somebody who has been there and done it, right? I come from construction, so yeah, I understand plumbing. I understand water source, electrical power, heating, cooling, insulation. So I understand what the dogs need, depending on what part of the country you're from, to understand what you need to build, how you need to build it, especially if you're building whelping areas. That's what the university is for. So we're more prepared. So when that time comes, we're ready to go, right? Or we can argue about hype and that guy's a sucky breeder and I don't like his haircut. And, we spend too much time on nonsense and not enough time on the necessities. I'm actually glad you guys all came out to the class on Monday. I appreciate that and being able to share insight with you guys and you guys to participate, man. It means a lot to me because I really do, believe in that community part of things. That's why we're doing these lives, for the community segment and for people who can, but also because this is such a short segment and we're talking about things that are relevant in today's market and what's happening as of today. This is, these lives are not for a classroom session. Those are meant for the people that want to be there, that have a vision and that say, hey, I'm good at this, I'm not good at that. Where am I, what can I do better? And so, yeah, these lives are for us as a community. This is not a classroom setting. It shouldn't be treated as such. We share our opinions here. And certainly we are very tolerant of everyone's else's opinions and their standpoints. I'm not trying to say anyone's wrong or right here. And so, for me at least, I really enjoyed that first class. And I had to cut it because I felt like I was just rambling. But like with any brand, man, it's, when you're so into it, you lose the time, man. I couldn't tell you how many countless hours I've spent talking to Ish or John or Bradley, or, even Mark, about the vision. Like Mark hit me up. He was dropping off his dog and we were just back and forth on that Sunday. It's, man. Somebody said those dogs look terrible. What's their purpose? My friend, I don't know not sure what you're referencing. So
yeah, that's what I've been looking for. I can't find what he's talking about.
Yeah. Mr. Coggins, if you could clarify what you're referencing, we can shed light on it or not. One or the other. I'm good with it either way. The 3-minute guy. He's been blocked from coming in here. We got the 3-minute guy. Remember last week, the 3-minute guy? They had me.
Ryan, Roger, whatever.
I don't know. 3-minute man. You don't answer my question in 3 minutes, I'm out. Cool. Don't ever come back. Any questions, guys, that we didn't go over it? Let's keep it topic relevant. Number one, the Brazilian Bulls and the invasion that's about to happen. It's like watching the Vikings come, right? But at this point, we know they're coming. It's being announced every day who's coming. So,
I switched up to YouTube right now, so I don't know. I don't know what they're saying on Instagram if they got.
Yeah, Mr. Answer Me, correct? Yeah, no, I blocked that guy, man. I can't. That's not fair to my team. Not fair to you guys. For somebody to come in here and ask some random question and want an answer in 3 minutes. No, we don't rock like that, man. I tell you what, man. When you start paying for all my raw dog food, $1,200 a month plus vitamins, yeah, and then you can come in here and ask me for 3 minutes to answer your question right away. But until then, no, my friend. Start your own show. You don't like it? Start your own show. Bring value to the community because people like to talk stuff and not have a contribution. Give a contribution. So, yeah. You guys are double checking the questions on both sides, guys?
Yes, sir.
We good on Instagram side. We was talking about somebody got a good connect on raw food.
Yeah, Kev Green is my guy. He's out of Wisconsin.
Oh, that's okay.
He's one of my guys.
Okay.
Yeah. He don't deliver to me then.
He don't deliver to me either
then. That's a no go.
I'll double down.
I was gonna say we get together. I can make a run. We can make it work.
I mean, yeah, maybe we need to. Maybe when we get off this live, we need to talk.
Yeah. We could do something there.
Yeah,
that's something else. Just to the team or to the viewers, people tuned in. We kind of identified after the last couple of weeks is we weren't engaging with you guys enough, right? We would get too topic centric and it would be 30, 45 minutes or an hour later before we check. So that's something we've tried to put some emphasis on this week was, having somebody that could keep up with the comments and questions, and, we could cut in every 10, 15 minutes or so and answer anything that you guys have also.
Yeah.
Somebody want to catch the Charles question?
Yeah, I'll hop in. So for me, the vitamins that I definitely stand by, like kind of like a non-negotiable. Like I do like the new vet products. I think they have definitely shown me, a good outcome like for my dogs. Like I tried it on my older dogs that had never been on it before, and it straightened their legs out. So that taught me everything I needed to know about giving it to my dogs, like from a puppy all the way through their growing stages, just to make sure that their bones are good. So I do use the new vet joint, and I also do the new vet multivitamin. For the most part, since if you are feeding raw, you shouldn't need a whole bunch of vitamins, but those are good. Those are definitely good. Like I do stand by multivitamins for sure. I mean, I take multivitamins as a human being. So, so at the end of the day, like, a good multivitamin is definitely one of the good supplements to have. If you're, kibble driven and you do need a whole lot of supplements, you're gonna have to add a lot because you're missing a lot of what you get from raw. So so if you're kibble based mostly, you'll need to definitely put some hydration up in there. I do like if you have like allergies and stuff like that, and you don't from the kibble that you're feeding, Native Pet has a really good allergy medicine. If your dog starts breaking out in like hives or like that allergic reaction like bump, those have worked in the past that I've seen. Native Pet has good supplements in general, so if you want to do that, I stand by that. Goat milk is a great supplement. Yeah.
No, I got some shit for that. So the joint stuff works. I got arthritis on my hands from boxing and my shoulder, so I take DS.
Shit. Yo, you are crazy.
And then if you got skin allergies, you already know, Big John. You know how we do from the 90s, bro. You got to put that gunpowder in there, bro. Put that gunpowder in there. Listen, you put that gunpowder in there and that old Roy.
Straighten you right up.
Fix all this. Fix that Easty Westy. If you got arthritis or you got like injuries from sports like me, I'm B50. Right? You take that DS, bro. That's gonna cure your arthritis. You see how my knuckles are odd? Like that's that DS that fixes all that, bro. I'm telling you, I can now punch somebody in the face again thanks to new joint.
You on that new vet DS?
No, that DS. I promise you.
Thank God I just placed a big order under your code so they won't ban me now.
And then here's the topper, right? So every day, you give your eggs and the proteins and all that, and then you make sure that you give your dogs some Black Label. Right there, right?
We're not sponsored.
This kills all the yeast, the fungus. You know what I mean? All that redness, and then Ish got some of that. What do you recommend for that herbal stuff, Ish?
Right now it's sushi.
No, I'm saying that the aromatics,
it's called Zushi. That's the one.
See, everyone here has a recommendation, right? And so, John says, the gunpowder. You know what I mean? I get it. I'm always gonna go with Black Label. You gotta stay true. You gotta stay loyal.
Yes, sir.
John with his old Roy.
Instagram, YouTube, those are all props. That is not a bottle.
Oh man, what do you got, Bradley, along the terms of that? What's your recommendation?
I don't think he can hear you, Earl.
Can you hear me, Bradley?
Bradley, you can hear Earl?
No.
So vitamins, I stick with new vet, and I also do new pro. They got a powder. I do them both. I mix my new pro with a little bit of water and ghost milk, and then my vitamins is new vet, man. I stand by it.
Yeah, all jokes aside, though, now I do I do use New Vet. I stand by it. I've been using it for my pockets. Once I knew that it fixed the easty westy on my pockets, I already knew it was the real deal. And other than that, I just go by Mother Nature, carrots, sweet potatoes, all the natural things, you know. But my only supplements is New Vet and only New Vet.
Well, if we're talking about my number one supplement, I'm going to go with Black Label. First of all, the more Black Label you drink, that Easty Westy fixes real fast.
Because you can't see it.
You can't see it because they so wobbly.
Black Label fixes high rears, right? The minute you drink some Black Label, all of a sudden that dog looks straight. Like,
Exactly.
bro, I promise you. And if the more you drink, the straighter the feet get.
Facts.
Same thing with a top line. If your dog has a high rear, you drink that Black Label, bro.
Man, yeah. Remember if you used to wobble the pencil in our two fingers?
I'm telling you, brother.
Just like
Now you took me back with that one, Ish.
that's what you
Man, if you still don't feel good about your dog, here was what I recommend. Wake up, bro. Get you about 3 cups of Haterade. That'll fix all that, right? Hate on a dog that's worse than yours. And it'll make you feel better about yourself, okay? So my first tip at night, you're looking at your dog, don't look right, drink a lot of Black Label. If it does not straighten out your dog, wake up in the morning, drink your 64 ounces of Haterade, and hate on a dog uglier than yours, and it'll make you feel better. So with that said, those 2 supplements right there, one for you, one for your dog, fixes all that. Next question.
There is no more, I believe.
He said, Smokewell said, I'm with Ish on that one. But he does have the name Smokewell, so.
Yeah, so it just, it makes sense.
Bro, I don't even want to. Listen, if you name yourself Smokewell Bullies, I feel like that first Friday that if I hang out with this dude, I'm going to end up in a pigeon coop like Smokey. You know what I mean? You know how the 2 Mexicans pulled up and was like, what's up, Smokey?
Listen, if the heart rate can't handle it, yeah, you will be.
No, I'm not messing with no dude called Smokewell Bullies, bro. I might end up in a pigeon coop, bro. That's problematic. So, man, with that said, guys, I think that's a wrap, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. There's no more questions.
Okay, cool. Y'all want to sound off then?
I'll do it real quick since I'm under the weather. Thanks for joining. Thanks for participating. Thanks for the laughs back and forth. I needed it. I don't feel too good. So, yeah, just stay tuned and we'll be bringing more content. And pretty soon we'll be showing you the dogs that we're producing. And we'll be standing behind our words. So, just stay tuned for that. Sumo Ish out.
As usual, thanks everybody for stopping through, hollering at us, chopping it up with us. Some good questions today, some good topics, good engagement on Insta and YouTube. We appreciate y'all. Stay tuned. Sumo South out.
Yep, appreciate you guys as always. You guys are a lot of what we do right through the foundation of it, and so we really enjoy these interactions, these lives. We look forward to them each week. Put a lot of thought, a lot of preparation into them as well. So thank you guys for joining. Thank you for the for the interaction as well. Earl mentioned it. If you guys are available, hit up the Sumo universities next week.
Yeah.
As you can. That's some good content, and I myself learned a lot, and I think each of us would have something to take away from it. Also, Tennessee Poppies, let us know how that stack off goes.
Oh, yeah.
but not with
Yeah,
that
man.
guy.
They need to go live on that one. I want to
I
see
agree.
that.
I agree. Then got me intrigued on that one. But
Yeah.
no. Thank you guys. Love you guys. Sumo out.
Well, yeah, thank y'all for joining. Definitely huge shout out for everybody coming on Monday for the first Sumo University. Definitely be there on the next one if you missed the last one. Thank y'all for joining us live as always. Let's continue to learn from each other, man. Let's continue to compete. Let's continue to be better. Let's continue to challenge each other. Wake up and challenge yourself every day. Challenge your dogs every day. You know what I'm saying? Keep believing in yourself. Keep believing in your dogs. Keep believing in us. And we're gonna give you the stuff that you need, the tools that you need, to do right, and to do what you want to do and achieve. So we're always here, we're always available. Lines are always open. We're always here for your feedback, your questions, and definitely for your love and support. So have a great rest of y'all weeks. There's a couple shows coming up at the end of the month, a couple shows at the beginning of March coming up. Hope to see some of you guys there. And yeah. From here on out, you know what I'm saying? We're just gonna keep doing what we do. So thank you for pushing us through all the grinding that we do, man. Sumo out.
Cool, fellas. Well, for me, guys, I want to wrap up our topic. Brazilian Bulls, they're coming, man. They're invading, and we're part of it. We were part of it before this movement. We're certainly going to be part of it as it unfolds. We're just not opening up our cards yet to understand what we're doing. We'll make our announcements when we're ready. I salute those who are part of the movement, and I support those who believe in the movement. Congratulations to all you guys, and so you're not alone. We are throwing our hat in there. We will be part of it. In terms of wrapping up this topic, guys.
Yes, sir.
Love the Brazilian Bulls, and we're definitely in it to win it. And so for us, we're just not hyping what we're doing. We're going to show it and be about it. And with that said, guys, we talk serious here. We have some fun here. We laugh here, guys. Let's not take ourselves so seriously that we can't have friendly banter, that we can't poke fun and laugh at each other. That's what we do here, man, as a community, as friends, as kennel partners, and all these things, man. If we can't laugh and learn from each other, then I think we're a little too uptight. So the stack offs, you know what? We might just do a stack off once a month, especially when the weather breaks. We might just do that.
I'm ready.
We're gonna see who's really about that life. So, thank everybody here on the team, and for you guys who want a more in-depth for yourself, for your kennel, maybe you're starting up, and maybe you are already in motion, and maybe you've been doing it for 3-4 years and you've just been stagnant. Come see us at Sumo University. You come to one class, right? And that's why we made it a la carte. But we're not committing you to 12 months and all. No, you come to class. If you don't like it, bounce. Because if we can't deliver enough value for you in one session for you to come back and grow with us, then I'm not doing my job, to be honest. And I just need to shut it down. And that's you know what I mean? Pay as you play, pay as you produce, pay as you get value. There's no more bigger guarantee than for you to walk into a space and says, hey, man, you walk in here today. And if you don't walk out of here with something good, something positive, then guess what? You don't have to walk in here next week or the week after or the month after. Every night I have to deliver for you, right? Just like when your team plays. They won last week. They won the week before that, but did they win this week? Right? That's what I'm saying. It's really how I truly feel about everything. And so for you guys, I look forward for a bigger turnout this Monday. We had a great turnout. Thank you guys for coming. Law, Hector, Roberto was there.
Yeah, JMX.
Yeah, Chris was there. Not Poppy's Chris, another Chris. Yeah. So, and for everybody that commented on both sides, man, thank you all so much. It does mean something to us, and we're not just saying that out of because it's polite, man. We started this thing to be part of the community, to interact with everybody, for everybody, and again, we have a different messaging. Other people have their own messaging, that's fine. That's not us. This is not the hate channel. This is not the I'm gonna tell that channel. This is not the you know what I mean. Those guys are all hype channel. No, I'm gonna respect people's work, and I'm gonna do my work, and that's who we are, man. That's why you come here. You want to hear, we can start one where we just talk about everyone else. That'd be no different than what everyone else is doing. So I'm not about that life. We're about betterment. We're about helping. We're about community. This is our social contribution to our community, being involved in the show. So I'm glad that all the team members were able to attend today, including Ish, who is not feeling well. Thank you for that, because that shows me a lot of commitment. John, who was dealing with some stuff and got here a little bit later. Bradley, thank you as always. I want to personally thank Marky's pink shirt for showing up. Marky's okay, but the shirt definitely showed up, so I appreciate that.
Hey, man, it's Valentine's Day coming up. Make sure y'all get y'all ladies something. Make sure, man, let me get close to the mic. Make sure y'all get y'all ladies something special, man. Happy Valentine's Day, man. You know what I'm saying? From Sumo camp, from the Sumo camp, man. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get your ladies some flowers, man.
Hey, get your lady something for another guy. Get her something. Hey,
That's awesome.
Y'all better stop fronting. You spending money on these dogs. You better spend some money on your lady.
Yeah.
Well, man, listen, my lady knows. She knows I'm making it into her for the summertime.
Nothing says I love you like a first pick dog from Sumo.
Fact. And she gave one a week after Valentine's.
Them flowers die. That first pick is gonna produce. That's a gift that keeps on giving. Get you a first pick Sumo for your wife, first pick girl, first pick boy, and for the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, that dog's gonna produce for you and your family, bro. Let them go.
Earl, say it again then, because I'm straight then. I'm bringing a first pick.
Oh, y'all killing me, man. Anyhow, love you guys, man. Instagram fam, YouTube fam, thank you so much. Earl from Sumo Bully Kennels. Yes, Sumo out.
Good night,
Ish, get better, man.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Yes, I appreciate it.
Take care,
Brady.
Yeah.
You bust open one of them packs yet? How you like it?
I like
tell
it.
me offline.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll cut off right now, guys.
Yeah.
All right.